7 days a week, and we're drilling 5 wells here, so it's about 10 weeks of total, so 2.5 months of drilling. That's also a Tekton site for some vertical wells. It's like Earl was just going to the drilling rig, so we'll be by ourselves. But you can see a little bit here how close the house is to our fence, our sound wall, I should say. Really calm hills.
Ja, das wäre der sich hier mit dem Vater bestimmt. Also, das bin gerade. Ja, das ist hier so ein bisschen eine bessere Gegend.
And all the houses here become some money from the oil produced.
Most of these people own their mineral rights, and so we did lease them, yes. And so when we drill wells, they get a piece of it.
They have big gardens.
Yeah, these people like to have a little space.
Die Häuser sind schon schön. Die Gegend ist
Niemand wollen sich die Bauern bei uns ja auch wieder so ein Windrad drauf.
Genau.
Das ist wieder am Acker. Das ist schön. Das kann es ja auch nicht besser, das kann nicht passieren.
Oder Biogasanlagen.
Ja.
So the sound wall on this end is 10 meters tall, and these houses in particular I was concerned about, and we have not received one complaint even before we had this up, but one Asian man, he's a Japanese fella, lives in one of these houses. He told me he could hear it, and so we've put these sound walls up to attempt to baffle the noise or reduce the noise, and so we've had no complaints from anybody. So I think the sound walls are doing what we hoped they would do.
What's the price of such a house here?
These houses are not too bad. Maybe 600,000, 700,000 on the lower end. That's what these would probably be. There's some bigger houses in this neighborhood that are more 2.5 million, 3 million. The U.S. is a big country. We have 300,000 people in the whole country, 320,000. So there's lots of space, and so land. It's not as competitive for land as it is in Europe.
Ja.
So houses are not generally as expensive here as you would think.
The houses are with wood, built with wood.
A lot of the framing, and then they'll have an exterior. Some of them with brick or rock. Like that one's half rock and half stucco, they call it. But yeah, nobody builds a house to last 300 years. They tear the house down in 40 years and put up a fresh new one. So there's no real old houses.
It's not cheap. The houses are not cheap.
I was going to show you one more of our locations. This is a different company's drilling rig, Great Western, but this is my location right here, where I'm going to have facilities, and then where these stakes are. You see these stakes, the survey stakes?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have more wells drilled here. It's called our rain dance pad.
Nice.
And Gregor, you asked what my favorite spot is. If the mountains weren't here, if the clouds weren't there, there's some absolutely beautiful mountains that are probably snow-capped right now behind them. It's just a really beautiful place. You can't see it today, I'm sorry, because of the clouds, but the big mountains are poking out behind the clouds, behind these first hills. Let's see, you start to see.
The rain vessel,
Yes.
they steal your oil from the rain dance.
9. Their well is going that direction,
Okay.
about 1.5 miles. My wells are going underground and then back this way. This is Earl telling me it's muddy. Hey, Earl. Oh, we turned and you kept going straight. We just went up to rain dance. I was just going to show them the rain dance pad, and then I wanted to show the sound wall, how close, because we had a question in the car here about whether it was smart to put the sound walls in because there weren't any neighbors, and I just wanted to show that there really were some close neighbors. So not necessary. Is it really bad over there? Muddy? Okay. Are you just staying in the car, or what are you doing? No, we're actually coming your way now. So we'll just come over there and then we'll go feed our guests. All right, so see if you can find a dry place to get access to the rig.
Tolle Grundstücke.
Well, it was all dry 2 days ago, so we parked just anywhere we wanted and drove all around. It's probably best to stay on the crushed concrete part, which is the new pad, not to drive over by our production. All right, thanks. Bye. I should tell you this Martin Lind that we've done all of our business with out here. He farmed this area initially, and he didn't do very well as a farmer. He lost money 2 years in a row. And so he started a gravel business. The Poudre River has run through this area for thousands of years, and it moves course, and it leaves gravel that it drags out of the mountains. And so he had 5 gravel pits where he harvested the gravel and sold it to the builders in the area. And then after having these holes, gravel mines, he owns water rights, and he filled these gravel mines up with water. And then he took the very fine grained sand product that the gravel manufacturers didn't want, and he put it around the edges of the lakes and made beaches. And so you have lakes, beaches, and because of all this water, you can see over there, see those white birds that are flying? Those are pelicans. We don't have pelicans in Colorado, but he's brought so much water here and built just beautiful homes all around it, and there's just water everywhere. So even though we're in the desert, waterfalls. He's got a man-made waterfall. That's just a fountain. He's got a waterfall where he pumps it up the top of the hill, and it comes down the hill at the golf course. And so he's made this artificial environment out here so the birds start coming. And so we have migratory birds that are here. It's just absolutely beautiful area. And so we are hiding our drilling locations kind of in and around here, and then putting, let me show you one more thing. I'm going to get a ticket for turning around in the middle of the road, but I have to show you. He has one location here in the middle of the golf course. And people that play golf here don't even know there's an oil and gas producing wells in the golf course. And I'll show you very quickly so we can get up to the drilling rig. Because it just shows how environmentally friendly you can be and still do the oil and gas business right in a community. So these are probably $3 million houses. This is a senior center, for older people that need a little assistance in living. Instead of just having street lights, he put them on the pine trees. So he's got metal pine trees that never lose their leaves. That's the waterfall that's pretend over there on the golf course. Right behind those big trees, you can see it coming down the hill. That's a man-made waterfall. That's not real. He pumps the water up there and then it comes down the hill. Creative German entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Those are geese.
Those are good.
You probably have geese in Europe. So I'm taking you in the back way. This is not the way any of the neighbors would come. But I just want to see if we can get out to this location. Hopefully it's not flooded. Because, I mean, straight ahead of us are 8 oil wells in the middle of this golf course. And I know you can't see them, I can't see them, and I know right where they are. So, they're off in that direction. You still can't see them. You see what this gentleman has done with the sand and the lakes. People have this is a private lake. My wife and I looked at buying this house right here about 2 weeks ago with the red boat. And so, you know, there's 6 houses on the lake. You have the whole lake to yourself. They water ski on it, wakeboards. This is where some of the damage occurred, I can tell. So a lot of the surface has been moved. We can still get through here safely, it looks like, but these are things that have just floated here from. There's some migratory birds there. All right. Straight ahead of us, over here, are 8 oil wells, and we're almost to them. Do you see them yet? It's hard. I know. So here's one fairway. This is a golf course. The fairway, you know, tee box, fairway. On the other side over there is another fairway. Yeah, you familiar with golf terms? Yeah. Right inside here, 8 oil wells, pumping unit, tanks, separators, all of the stuff that for our business in the middle of the golf course. And here we are.
Center point, Pat.
Yeah, center point is right next to you. You are exactly in the right spot. So our environmental friends would say that you can't do the oil business anywhere where there's people and as you can see, people play golf here every day and they don't even know that there's oil activity here now.
Yeah, McGee is this?
This one is our partner Anadarko. That's another name for Anadarko.
Yes. And it's not your pet.
No, center point is right here. And so we'll be drilling wells and hiding them very similarly in the future. We'll probably not drill center point for approximately a year. That's what all that dirt has been brought in for. Yeah, Martin Lind will pump that all out and we'll pull that dirt in there and make it structurally stable and then hide it with some trees and some berms. So you get the extra tour.
Very nice. So ist fast alles gesehen.
Incredible.
I thought that it was a good idea to have the pine or the palm trees as the street lights. So not just an ugly pole with a light. It's